Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hey everyone, we're here today with our Friday review. Love being able to recap the week, share with you a couple of new interesting research studies. You're not going to want to miss this week's, a very popular medical director. And this was published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology. I don't even know how it got published in there. I'm going to share with you the data, actually refute it, give you the links to go to, and just, again, make sure that you know that you can't always trust everything that you see in published, journals. So we're going to share with you that there, being careful of all these claims that only pharmaceuticals, right, are the best in the world. I will, of course, give you the actual foods that help as well. I want to go through a recap of my book review of the week. This is going to be a fun one from Emile Coue. Many of you have heard me talk about this French psychologist before, but we're going to give you the actual book with his unique writings. I've never seen it before and just got a copy myself. Product review is we'll get to that in just a moment, a very popular one that just 2 weeks ago, I know that many people got their hands on from a company that I love to be able to promote. Really, really ethical company, doing great work. And then we'll get to our podcast recap in just a moment. So before we do, I always enjoy giving you my recap of what's been going on. I mean, we're already at the, end of January, the 27th or so of January. And this month to me has been really special. It is always, I love the new year. I love being able to go after new goals in my life and help others with theirs. I mean, that's really what it's all about. I've always found that whatever you're working on in your own life, try to teach that to others if possible. Show them that you're on the same journey as them and you're always looking to try to improve. And that's basically me in a nutshell. It's like I'm happy with my life right now. I've grown a lot over the past many years, especially since I first got sick. But, really in the last, let's say, 10, 12 years since I've just been going so deep on at home, I'll call them protocols that you can follow and you can do on your own. And then again, my ideal is that once you learn how to heal yourself, whether it's mind, body, emotional, spiritual, that you start to just share that with other people. That's what it's all about. That's what this whole show, the Cabral Concept, is all about. Change your body, change your life, right? And your body, let's include the mind with that as well. So I've enjoyed January because it's our big New Year's detox. And I wanted to share that with you because, we had close to 50,000 people from around the world doing the EquiLife detox, 7, 14, or 21 days, and just supporting them over this last month at CabralSupportGroup.com. That's a totally free group. We pay coaches to answer your questions. We don't charge anything for that. And so take advantage of it. Michelle is amazing. Daniel's amazing in the group. And of course, a lot of our IHPs are helping answer questions there too. So that's that. We're going to try, for a lot of people who missed it in January, kick it off again, I believe, February 6th. So it's not too late. So if you have a detox, you didn't get to join the New Year's detox group, we want to make sure we're supporting you as well. And so another official one will kick off February 6th. And again, join on over at CabralSupportGroup.com. It's a free private Facebook group. Well over 20,000 people now there, all organic. They're just great people who are there. They've already been through it and they're supporting others, or they're going through the detox or any health-based protocol, and we're there to try to support them too. So that's what it's all about. It's as they say, each one teach one. And that's, if we can do that, then we can really help a significant amount of people. So, all right, that's been my January. Very, very busy, crazy busy. And a little bit of travel in there too that I'll be sharing with you over the next couple of weeks, because we've got a lot of fun media appearances with a lot of great people, and I want to share all of their podcasts and everything they're doing in the world as well. So right now over at EquiLife, and I may be mistaken, but I think right now going on over at EquiLife, we have our Clean Gut Probiotic, which is literally, we've never done this before. So I'm actually going to confirm this right now before I say it and it's not actually true. We're shipping this product free with all qualifying orders over at EquiLife. And so we've never chosen this product in over 3 years. And I think that the reason why the team went for it and wanted to promote it is because so many people should be using this product, meaning like they're dealing with some type of bloating or gas or loose stool or constipation, and they may be missing something called Saccharomyces boulardii, which is a beneficial non-pathogenic yeast that helps push out pathogenic forms of candida and yeast, as well as all the specific strains of bacteria that we put in there to help rebalance the gut. And so it's not the CBO protocol, but if you are someone with a little bit, just a little extra, yeast or a little imbalance in bacteria, this could be a game-changing product, and it's free, right? So it's like a $49 value. It's an amazing product. People use it all the time. And what we do is we reserve $500 a month for all qualifying orders. We ship it free. And so that's that. So head on over to stevencabral.com/shop and check it out. Really is a fantastic product. Okay. Podcast recap of the week, why you haven't manifested your desires yet. I love this. I used to stay away from the word manifest because I'm like, it's kind of a woo-woo word. But the truth is this, is like, we are always manifesting that of which we believe, like truly at a subconscious level. And I know that's like really hard to grasp in the beginning, and I get it. It took me like years to be like, oh yeah, that is actually true. But we hold these subconscious beliefs of what we're worthy of receiving, not worthy of receiving, what we will achieve in our life and won't achieve in our life. And then kind of we move around those greater thoughts and we take actions around our innermost feelings and beliefs, and we act those out in life. And obviously that becomes our life, right? Our actions lead to a lot of what we get, good and bad, in our life. Now, I'm not saying that every bad thing or maybe even every good thing that is that happens to you is part of your subconscious beliefs, but a lot, right? Because we live in the greater world and other people have their subconscious beliefs and thoughts too. But I'm telling you right now, once you start to learn this at a deeper level, you'll be able to control more of your subconscious thoughts and rewire the brain to get more of that, what you want in life. So definitely check that out. That was episode 2544. Today's 2548. So why don't we do that? We're going to, we'll link up stevencabral.com/podcast at stevencabral.com/2548. My product review coming up, book review, and the science. All right. So on Tuesday's show was the growth hormone pros and cons. Hopefully I'm someone that you can trust in terms of giving you an unbiased answer. So like, who might benefit from growth hormone? Who doesn't benefit from growth hormone? At what age? So definitely check that out. And we give a lot of previous shows there as well as to figure out your IGF-1 levels too. The next show was the 5 best teas for your health. This was a science-based report, not just kind of like, hey, my favorites. I certainly give you my favorites on the show, but I give you the science behind it too. And then yesterday's show was the minerals that boost your mood, energy, and ambition. So a lot of people talking about neurotransmitters and kind of like precursor to those. I get it, and I agree with that, but what nobody's talking about are all the different hidden minerals that actually make those neurotransmitters happen in the first place, right? So it's not just about 5-HTP or tyrosine or a lot of the herbs, right? It's actually the nutrients that transition those or act as enzymes essentially from, let's say, 5-HTP or tryptophan to 5-HTP to actually serotonin, right? So we go through all of those on the show, and I think hopefully it's eye-opening and it's very, very helpful. All right, so that is our podcast recap for the week. Now let's go over our product review. Probably about 2 weeks ago, and hopefully you're on my email newsletter list, but I went over the Therasage. It's called the TheraComfort. And I sent out a Wednesday product email. And again, I hope you get this. I sent out a Sunday rewind email, probably like 3 out of 4 Sundays every month. There are Sundays that I'm traveling or I've had a family event or whatever it might be. So, or sometimes like I'll write one, I'm like, you know what, this just is not worth sending, to be honest with you. And so I don't send it because I know how busy you are. And I want to either share with you something I believe is valuable that can help you or not send it at all. Now on Wednesdays, I've always loved doing this on the podcast for the past like 7 years. But now on Wednesdays, all I do is take my very best of the best, my very favorite, and I share those with you. You don't need to buy anything. You can just learn about all these new products. And for the most part, none of them have anything to do with my companies that I run, but actually they're just great companies that I love to promote because I'm a huge fan of this wellness-based industry. So the product I'm going to hold up right now, and it is heavy. It's 12 pounds if you're watching this on video. Again, you can watch it on YouTube. If you're watching on YouTube, we'd love you to subscribe to the show, follow along daily. But this is it. It's a beautiful duvet. It's a comforter that can go on your bed or just right over your couch. And it weighs about 12 pounds. Now, why would you want to use this? We'll talk about that. Most weighted comforters, though, keep in mind, are weighted blankets, they're called. They're filled with beads, and the beads are typically made from toxic material, not to call out any specific companies. The reason why I love the TheraComfort is that it's actually filled with gemstones. So like rose quartz, jade, amethyst. Why does that matter? Well, we know, again, science-based, not woo-woo based, but science-based, but I think that there is some actually, metaphysical based properties, but we won't talk about that here today. They generate negative ions. Negative ions, the more of those in the atmosphere, basically like walking outside and earthing, they actually help to squelch free radicals and help balance the nervous system, so calming stress and anxiety, and they're going to help balance healthy levels of inflammation. So there's actual truth to this. Now, the other amazing thing about this weighted blankets is that it contains silver threads through it. Very few people know about that, but I know the founders, Robbie and Melody, and they are amazing people who are really innovating. Those silver threads actually help to block EMFs, just like a Faraday blanket. That's why when you're sleeping at night, if you have Wi-Fi based devices in your room, even though I don't recommend that, it helps block those, just like copper or silver will actually help to block those EMFs, those frequencies. That's very well studied, and I have podcasts and interviews on that too. So the main benefits are supporting occasional anxiety and low mood, calming the nervous system to allow deeper relaxation, improving sleep quality, latency, that means how quickly you fall asleep, and duration, soothing your muscles, restoring energy and restfulness, improving natural rejuvenation, balancing healthy levels of inflammation, and providing comfort for children with ADHD and autism. So I love that because, really this can be used for the whole family. As I said before, it can act as an EMF blocker. I'll tell you exactly how we use it. So during the winter, I like bringing this into the bedroom. It gives you a little bit of warmth. I always refer to this, and I think Robbie and Melody always laugh a little bit when I share that, but it's like a warm hug. That's why. When you have something that's 12 pounds, and now the whole 12 pounds isn't on you because the whole blanket is 12 pounds, but it gives you that sense of comfort because it's literally a little bit of pressure on the body. That's what calms the nervous system. That's why it can be so helpful, especially for the anxiety, the ADD, and autism or ADHD. And so that's a great part to it, but also it's really nice to have on the couch. So if you're watching a movie or whatever it might be, and you pull that up over you, not only do you get the Wi-Fi blocking, but you get the relaxation too. And you can check that. You can actually, if you're checking your HRV and you're looking at your heart rate and all of these things, you should be able to actually quantify that. So anyway, that's how I use it. I'm a fan. I mean, that's basically the bottom line. Again, it's a great product, the TheraComfort. We oftentimes have a discount code for our community. And if we do, I'll have my team link it up at stevencabral.com/2548. But now you know, the TheraComfort weighted blanket, not filled with toxic beads, but actually with gemstones. You got the silver lining through it. And just a really nice product. That's all. So check it out if you want. Details will be at stevencabral.com/2548. And hopefully we have a discount code for you there as well. All right. The book review of the week, I love to read. It's one of my favorite things to do. And I always has been since maybe not till probably I was 18, 19 years old, where I needed to start to learn more about natural health for myself because I wasn't getting better on my own. And so when I realized I could read people's best stuff in a book that took them maybe 20, 30 years to learn, and it was like a cheat code. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And so that's where really the love for learning came from. And obviously I applied it to my life and it started to work. So someone that I've talked about before, I talk about a lot in IHP. If you have no idea what IHP is, you can go to ihp.coach and learn more about basically learning how to heal yourself and then go on to heal others as a certified health coach. But I talk a lot about Emile Coue. I talk about him in the Rainbow Effect as well. And this is a French psychologist and pharmacologist from the early 1900s or pharmacist. So why this is important is it wasn't just a couple hundred people that he worked with. He worked with well over 10,000 6,000 people, massive success stories, people writing books about him, and we have some of his own writing in this book. I never knew that this existed. And so this is called Coue's own method, and it's self-mastery through conscious auto-suggestion. So essentially, he is most famous for this specific line, and I've given it to everyone freely, and I know that, again, if Emile Coue was alive, he would want to do the same. But the line was this, and I'm going to actually read, why don't I read you an excerpt? It's on page 10 right here of the book. It's this: the formula must be repeated in a low voice with eyes closed, body in a position that permits of relaxing the muscular system. So no tension in the body, right? And these are the magic words. Every day, in every way, I am getting better and better. And even the Silva Institute took this and they said, we completely agree with it, 50 plus years, 60 plus years later, and then you just added one more piece to it. They said, every day in every way, I'm getting better and better and better. They used 3. And this one is every day in every way, I'm getting better and better. I like that. I think it's very simple. And what happened was this: you must repeat it 20 times, morning and night. So that might take you 1 minute morning and night. And what you want to do is you want it to be mechanical. You want to put feeling into it, but you don't want to think about what you're trying to heal. You don't want to think about how you're trying to heal it. You just want to feel yourself getting better and better. And that's, again, I've chatted about this on the Mindset and Motivation Mondays. But what you're trying to do is register this into your unconscious mind, right? The subconscious, where all things are done. And so this is a really nice book. It's very, very short. It's probably, 100 pages? Yes. And the first half is really all you need to read. It's just about mastery of autosuggestion, basically telling yourself how to heal. Now, and then the last half of the book are case studies. Now, do I think that this is the only thing that you should do? No, I don't. Like, not by any stretch of the imagination. I don't know that I would have healed myself with just that. I don't think I would have. I think I needed to clear up my candida overgrowth, my SIBO, my leaky gut, my H. pylori, my high levels of mercury, my stress, like all those things I needed to work on. But the way that I got it to stick is really by rewiring my mind before I even knew about someone like Emile Coue. So anyway, I just wanted to share this with you. It's not right for everybody, but I'd love to bring you books that I think are going to stick for a few people and could be very, very powerful. So that is that. And again, we'll link it up today. All right, the last one is a research study, which these things are really important to go through. I'm going to share it with you. So this says this: over-the-counter supplements do not lower cholesterol, says Luke Laffin. None of the 6 dietary supplements claim to lower LDL cholesterol, such as cinnamon, fish oil, garlic, plant sterols, red yeast rice, or turmeric, outperformed a placebo. Garlic seemed to slightly increase LDL, and if your LDL is high, a statin prescribed by your doctor is far more likely to help. And this is the co-director of the Center of Blood Pressure Disorders at the Cleveland Clinic and lead author of a study published in the Journal of American College of Cardiology. And while I totally respect Dr. Laffin, there's no doubt about that, I just don't understand how you can make a statement like that. Whenever I see a statement like this, I ask, is this person literally just getting compensated by Big Pharma? Like, I mean, it has to be. Right? It has to be. And here's why. All you have to do, you don't need me to do this, all you have to do is literally Google garlic lowering cholesterol. I'm going to share with you a study right now. This has been out for quite some time, about 5 years. This is in the International Journal of Preventive Medicine. Maybe this doctor only looks at the US. I don't know, maybe. But it shows this: the effect of garlic and lemon juice on lipid profile, that's cholesterol, and cardiovascular risk in people 30 to 60 years old with moderate, high, hyperlipidemia, meaning like elevated cholesterol or fats. So here's the thing. It was a randomized study, and it was done with 112 people, 30 to 60 years old. They controlled it. Again, this is the groups. One received garlic every day, plus 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Another received 20 grams of garlic daily. And the third group received just lemon juice. And the fourth did not receive either, right? So they've got 4 studies. Here were the results. The results showed a significant decrease in total cholesterol. So that's basically your LDL and fibrinogen in group 1. Okay, what was group 1? That was the garlic plus the lemon juice, right? So it's 20 grams of garlic daily, 1 tablespoon of lemon juice. Okay, that was group 1. A greater reduction in systolic blood pressure was observed in group 1 compared with groups 3 and 4. So basically, those who just got lemon juice or the placebo did not do as well. Again, he's saying that it made no difference versus the placebo. This is saying there's a significant decrease compared to the placebo. So I just want to share with you that garlic, and if you want to add lemon juice to it, absolutely does help with cholesterol. Again, I'm not here to provide you any medical advice, medical cures, medical diagnosis, or medical treatment plans, but I mean, this is just one study. There are plenty. But let's give you another one, right? This one was the most puzzling to me. He's telling you that red yeast rice doesn't work. And I'm over here scratching my head because he's then saying a statin works. You have to understand, a statin is a patented extract version of red yeast rice. So I don't know if this person hasn't studied or looked at nutritional biochemistry of red yeast rice and how actually the extract actually enables the statin drug to become a drug in the first place. So that was very, very strange to me. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to share with you that study right now. It's called The Effects of Red Yeast Rice, Dietary Supplement on Blood Pressure, Lipid Profile, again, cholesterol, and C-reactive protein. Okay, so I'm going to link that up for you, but I will give you the excerpt right now. And one review of 21 studies found that red yeast rice was effective at reducing total levels of cholesterol and LDL cholesterol, as well as triglycerides and blood pressure. Okay, so there's one. And very few adverse side effects are related to it. Let's see what else. And it can help with arteries, narrowing, and stiffening. So again, I'm just going to link up the studies for you. You can decide for yourself. I'm not here to throw anybody under the bus. I'm sure that this is a brilliant doctor. Obviously, you have to be in order to be the co-director of, at the Cleveland Clinic. But the problem is there are studies that show that they do work. And so not everybody wants to take a pharmaceutical drug. And so let's just give people the choice. I have no problem with people deciding to take a statin. If you want to take a statin, then just understand the side effects in terms of cardiomyopathy and all the other issues that can come along with it. And so you might say, okay, but I'm going to do that and I'm going to use something like ubiquinol or advanced CoQ10 or whatever. And that's fine. But again, I just want to be fair on both sides of the aisle. That's all. That's all I'm really trying to do. So again, I mean no disrespect to any other doctors. Obviously, this doctor is brilliant, but you can't write things like that because they're not true. And so when someone reads the excerpt, they're like, oh, no point in taking anything natural to help improve my cholesterol. I guess the only thing I could ever do is take a drug. I believe that that is not responsible. So hopefully, I wish I could end on a high note here today. But again, I'm very passionate at sharing an unbiased perspective. And again, I want people to know that there is always hope. There is always an underlying root cause, and we can help everyone out there. So hopefully this is helpful. Again, I appreciate you. I thank you. Have an amazing weekend. For all of today's show notes and all the research, head on over to stevencabral.com/2548. I'll link up the weighted blanket. I'll link up the book review and the research today. All right, take care, everybody. Before you go, I wanted to share a personal story with you. The real reason I began to get well finally is because I figured out what was wrong with me. And that might seem pretty obvious, but I went from doctor to doctor for over 2 years before discovering at-home functional medicine lab testing. These are the labs that enabled me to finally figure out what was wrong with my hormones, blood sugar, electrolytes, and gut health. And once I knew what was wrong, I could then follow a proven plan in order to rebalance my body from the inside out. This is why I believe so strongly in functional medicine lab testing and why I've made it my mission to share these labs with the world. Now at EquiLife, you can order an at-home lab test or lab bundle for you and your family and be able to complete it within the week. Plus, the EquiLife difference is that you're not left to try to read and figure out these labs on your own. We explain what your lab numbers mean, what they mean in the much bigger picture, and then how to go about rebalancing your body in order to heal. To see our full selection of lab tests or to set up a free lab selection call to find out what labs may be best for you, simply head on over to equa.life/labs. And do remember, we ship these all over the world. To find out more and to set up your free lab selection call, simply head on over to equi.life/labs. That's EQUI.LIFE/labs.